myself. Oh no, give me that cell. Oh, I gotta go like Cobain. 8 years to the grave, gone insane. My blood got propane. How you gon' go and throw my name with shame? Already cross-faded, making it to the disco. I hate it, and you know how this goes. You framed it, picture painted in my room. This that real life shit, none of Zoom, got the scene in it.
Make sure you're subscribed to JerCrispy.
Oh no, give me that cell. Oh, I gotta go like Cobain. 8 years to the grave, gone insane. My blood got propane. How you gon' go and throw my name with shame? Already cross-faded, making it to the disco. I hate it, and you know how this goes. You framed it, picture painted in my room. This that real life shit, none of Zoom, got the scene in it.
What's going on with it? What's going on? What's going on? Hold on, I was tripping for a little minute. Hey, but we here though. We here though. What's up, y'all? Shows the most, does the most. JerCrispy, welcome back to that video. Adult animation loser. Make sure to like, comment, subscribe, follow our social media. It's gonna pop on the screen. We're on the road to that 500, and let's see what's going on with this. Shit. I've been buying your time, do or die.
No one can match you. I mean, I
Roll
have
to 500.
catfished a few times.
Hey, Mo, it does. Online Gloria.
I'll kill you. Also, I love you.
I love adult animation, and some of my favorite characters are the ones that get no hoes. Representation matters. We've seen a lot of characters like this, and I felt like there were some patterns worth analysis. And I tried to write a 10-minute video on it, but I couldn't shut the hell up, so here we are. So for this video, I wanted to talk about the concept of the adult animated loser character, examples that I grew up on, like Mo Sizlak, Dr. John Zoidberg, and the Doltreve. The Bulldozer. And how Teddy from Bob's Burgers is probably the most progressive example of this type of character. Until somebody names a character from a show that I don't watch in the comments. Yeah, bro, I believe you. Your favorite Squidbillies character had wild development. They cooked. This is the adult animated loser. Insert loser baby from Has-Been Hotel.
Yo, man, don't be dissing Squidbillies. I watch something, therefore nobody can make jokes.
Anyways, bro, let me just go ahead and put my camera right to the right corner. Yeah, they got some losers. I feel like they low-key don't need to be losers, but the only reason why they name them as losers is because they don't get girls like that and stuff like that. I feel like these losers low-key need to get the money up. Like, you know, like, work that money up and, you know, don't have funny up. Like, real talk.
Jokes about
Y'all defend anything.
Hold on.
This ain't televised, they telling lies with promise.
Hey, let me turn this down because I'm not trying to get copyrighted. You already know because my name is JerCrispy. And you know what? I'm really, really shifty. To this day, that girl still wrong for what she did for Charlie Brown, bruh. Like, I know I just see that in the intro, but that she's still wrong for that. Hey. Okay, if I would do animation, I love to do animation. Alright, that's the intro. Come on. Alright, come on, explain it.
My name to Tango. Don't change your name again, Bill.
Oh, God.
Alright, so let's talk about this concept the only way I know how. One by one. I wanted to start with my son Bill Doltreve from 1997's King of the Hill. A personal favorite of mine, just like every other show in this video. Bill is one of Hank Hill's best friends and neighbor that he drinks with in the alley. Fun fact, he actually says the first line of dialogue in the entire cartoon.
Yep.
Bill is divorced, sloppy, sad, dirty, lonely. Definitely has the least going on for himself than anyone else on his block, including the white guy that thinks this Native American kid is his biological son. The vast majority of Bill's stories, even the ones that end more so in his favor, all revolve around him being...
No, Bill, I think they had an episode that nigga Bill about to get him a girl, son. He was liking this girl that he saw every time she was running. every time she ran Bill, she was like, and she ended up messing with dude. I forgot what dude name was, but he funny though. And the other dude who be bro, we gotta go back and watch King of the Hill, son. Oh my god.
Of pathetic. When he stayed dressed as Santa Claus for several months because it gave him positive attention. When he thought all of his shortcomings could be explained away by some experiments that the government did on him while he was in the service, only to find out that it's pretty much all his fault. And they do not let up in that new revival season. Hank and Peggy leave for 8 years to go live in Saudi Arabia. When they get back, literally everyone has done something for themselves except Bill. In fact, this nigga pretty much regressed. It's honestly ridiculously sad. Look at the bulldozer.
I finished Netflix, Hank. Yeah. Did you know that when you get to the end of Netflix, you get something called a wellness check?
Nigga watched BoJack. The new season also gave us
this dude got big and got a whole beard. It's kind of crazy. Like, that's crazy.
This gem where he lied to that black barbershop, said Peggy was his wife and Hank was the sad sack of shit. Bill dapping up black people is next level hilarious. MLK fought hard as fuck for shit like this. Bill, in more positive examples at least, is more likely written as sort of a useful loser. Someone who lives this life and can't quite get himself on track in a meaningful way, but is always there to lift a different character up using his knowledge from his own experiences. The example that comes to mind is in season 6's Dang Old Love, which might be my favorite episode title in the entire cartoon, second only to the episode directly before this one.
Whoa!
This one isn't really about Bill and it's kind of a footnote to my overall point, but I thought talking about it would be a great way to articulate the kind of guy that he is. In this one, Bill falls for a woman that he sees running on their block and is desperate for her attention.
Look, in a perfect world, we could both be married to Peggy, but this is reality and I have to find someone here.
Boomhauer swoops in and takes her. Whenever I think of this episode, I think about how Boomhauer just takes women into his crib, and once the neighborhood hears the same exact song every time, they already know that he's fucking.
No!
And it's funny to me because I know this song as the sample to Stand by Eminem, and I was a kid when that song came out, so the two are forever associated in my brain. And frankly, fucking anyone to Stand should be illegal. Is no way you this horny. I can see the old heads commenting now. Oh, you're so young. How could you not know the original song first? I was born in 97 and I was almost 13 years old. You ever thought about maybe?
Damn, I'm a 2005 baby. Shit.
You're just old. Bill spends a lot of the episode mad at Boomhauer, childishly fighting with him, even trying to holler at the woman in his own way. This nigga got like negative game, or what are the kids calling it? Riz? Oh God. I think I'm gonna.
I'd be honored if I could have some of your hair for my collection.
What are you doing?
This nigga Bill, bro. Bill, what is you doing? You making me look bad. You make. If I was hanging out, say, man, you making us look bad.
But when she breaks up with Boomhauer and crushes his heart, it's Bill who steps in to dig him out of this funk. And really pay attention to how they wrote this. They have him say this relentlessly embarrassing plan of his, still playing on the character being pathetic, but they frame it in a way to show you his resilience.
I'm fat and I'm old, and every day I'm just gonna wake up fatter and older. And somehow I managed to drag this fat old bald bastard out into the alley every day. And tomorrow I'm gonna hang outside at a ladies' prison. First thing those lady cons are gonna see after 20 years is me. Will I get one? Experience says no. Will I be out there next month? If I'm alive, you better believe it. You gotta get right back up on that tanning bed, slip into a tight t-shirt, wash off some of that cologne, and get your...
I don't know what the fuck that nigga just saying, but I'll be like that one person. I'll be that one homie, be like, Yeah, I feel you on it. I feel you on it. Man, nigga, tell this nigga stop talking to me, funky ass, bro. Big breath ass nigga, ugly ass nigga. No, he don't get no hoes for the regular basis. But you know, you know, I still fuck with you. I fuck with your decision. Like, nigga, please. I fuck with your decision.
Jump out of that tunnel and into some strange woman, man!
Oh, yeah, man.
Yes, that's what
Man, if you are not tapped into King of the Hill, you are genuinely wasting your life. The actual Bill story that we need to be talking about is season 7's Made in Ireland. In this one, Bill starts to date Khan's old ass mama, and all hell breaks loose.
I will be gentle, if I may demonstrate.
Oh,
They start fucking, it was gross.
From now on, you stop riding us so hard.
It's honestly a very sweet, very real, and sincere connection. Bill being divorced and Leoma being a widow, they both crave that companionship, realizing that they could just find it in each other.
There is still a void that neither family nor work can fulfill.
yeah, there's a void in my life, too. It's nice to talk to someone who has the same void.
And it honestly goes super fucking well, aside from Khan hating ass, who is utterly disgusted by the very idea of them even looking at each other. I've seen this episode mad times, but I think my brain is so used to the normal guy gets in the other guy's head and plays into his insecurities trope that you see in every other sitcom. It seemed like that was the direction that the Bill and Khan stuff was going. But what they actually do is so much meaner. Khan just fucking lies and says that his mother fell in love with an astronaut. And Bill believes him because, in his mind, Khan has no reason to lie.
Listen, can you fly a spaceship?
No.
Then this could be a problem.
So, Bill just breaks up with her. This isn't even a case of a loser character getting in his own way like we'll later talk about with Moe from The Simpsons. It's the case of one guy jumping in the middle like a turd in the night. I think I just made that.
Pause. Pause. That's very wrong. Nah, he wrong for it because he know that's his mama and stuff like that. You know, his mama old and stuff like that. He niggas be getting jealous when their mama date somebody else besides, they dad and stuff like that. Or if you know your dad, but he'd be like that though.
Phrase up, but you get it. Don't act like you don't.
What a rush! Maybe next I break up Hank and Peggy.
The thing is, though, this episode actually ends with Bill and Leoma getting back together. They piece it up and embrace as the camera pushes out into the sky, while the entire neighborhood silently agrees that they are no better than Khan.
Oh, come on! Like you all wouldn't have done the same thing if Dotrieve was after your mother?
Shut the fuck up.
Yeah, it's nice and all, but newsflash.
I would have been like, man, shut. You're just hiding.
It doesn't fucking mean anything. Leoma is only ever referenced in relation to Bill in the very next episode.
Things have been going pretty well for me, with my girlfriend Leoma
and all the way in the revival season, where Khan doesn't invite Bill to his anniversary party because he fucked his mom. Pretty valid crash out, I'm gonna be honest. And I think this episode and how they just erased this ending for Bill is really indicative of how even the best versions of these kind of shows, like King of the Hill, chooses to treat their sad and pathetic characters. Bill is not allowed to be happy. He's not allowed to enjoy his life or anyone else's company for too long, because that would structurally change how they write this character. If he's happy, where's the joke?
Kip, I'm asking you a question.
Real quick, today's video is actually brought to you by You Better Prepare Now, and you are. Biggest bummer for this kind of thing is what happens to Zoidberg in Futurama, the doctor that no one likes, that they constantly say smells like shit. This is normally where I do a like me joke, but if there's one thing that I'm confident about, it is that I do not stink. At worst, I smell like decently priced cologne. The penultimate episode of Futurama's Comedy Central run is called Stench and Stenchability. I know watching Meanwhile kind of feels like a hard closing of the book that they had to work around.
I fuck with their relationship, right? I fuck with their relationship on some real shit.
Around in a slightly sweaty way to bring the show back, just to do a couple of alright seasons with some bangers mixed in there. Some of these are pretty good, don't get it fucked up. But if Meanwhile feels like a hard end to the cartoon, Stench and Stenchability is just further indication that they had no intentions on bringing the show back, because they closed the fuck out of Zoidberg's arc. Okay, arc is a strong word, but you get it, don't act like you don't. Zoidberg goes on a date, But it doesn't go well because he smells like shit.
Oh my god, the smell's coming from you!
What, that? That's just my personal musk. You'll learn to love it. I know I did.
Just when he thinks that he's hit rock bottom, he meets a lady that sells flowers that thinks he's funny, brave, and charming, and just so happens to have zero sense of smell.
Really?
My name's Marianne.
Hello, you.
They start fucking, it was gross.
Probably stunk too, huh? Back when me and my friend Johnny Two Cellos were doing our adult animation podcast, Cartoons That Curse, we very quickly reached the conclusion that Zoidberg is by far the best person on the show. Not best character, but best human being. Never operating purely for self or malicious reasons, never deceiving someone for personal gain. Everything that he does is with the purest intentions. I think that's why they let every character make fun of him so much. All the hurtful language going towards the character that has love for everybody, like Butters on South Park. When he realizes that he could give Marianne an operation that could grant her sense of smell, Fry immediately warns him not to tell her about it, because then she'd actually smell him and dump his dirty ass. And Zoidberg agrees for deadass like 30 seconds, because all he needed was a montage and to hear her talk about how bad she really wants to smell, and he just knew that he loved her so much that he had to give it to her, whether she comes out of it liking him or not. This is such a quick character turn, and it makes so much sense for who Zoidberg is. If this were a story about Fry or Leela, the entire second act and half of the third act would have been about them grappling with what they should do. But with Zoidberg, it's not even a question despite the possibility.
Yeah, bro. He's like, man, I'd rather be lonely than letting the girl not smell for the rest of her life. Like,
welcome.
May I have one last kiss?
Oh, there'll be lots more. Mwah.
And the episode has this really sweet ending, probably one of the sweetest in the whole show, which is a super high bar, where Marianne wakes up and hates the smell of flowers, but she loves how Zoidberg smells. He did the right thing and was ultimately rewarded with a partner that genuinely adores him for who he is.
I never learned a good smell from a bad smell, but I like the way you smell, because I like you.
Aww.
I'm pretty neutral when it comes to new Futurama.
Okay.
They've done a couple really cool concepts and pushed some characters in a few interesting directions, like Kif and Amy having their ugly ass kids, or Fry and Leela moving in together. But then they just completely regress some others in pretty annoying ways. And what they end up doing with Zoidberg definitely falls in that latter category. The worst thing about this phenomenal episode is that they kind of refuse to make it mean anything. There was honestly more of an effort in the Comedy Central run more than any other era of the show to try to make Zoidberg kind of cool, or at least like an actual person instead of a pathetic joke machine. My mind instantly goes to Tip of the Zoidberg. A lot of the cartoon is about how shitty of a doctor he is, but it turns out he's a great doctor. It's just humans and their anatomy that he doesn't really understand. It's a pretty cool subversion. It explains why he still has his job. But this episode in particular is another one where the episode actually ends with them staying together. Zoidberg and Marianne never break up. And I feel like they only went for that because the cartoon was about to end. Because the second they come back 10 years later, we're right back to jokes and stories about how this nigga stinks and no one loves him. Marianne never existed, nigga. 3 seasons and not even referenced in a throwaway line. There's an episode in the first Hulu season, I Know What You Did Next Xmas. That was honestly the first episode of the run that I really liked, where Bender and Zoidberg spend Christmas together because they both have no one, pretty much cementing that the show is more interested in loser Zoidberg instead of lover boy Zoidberg. Please call him that from now on. I just came up with that and I want to see if it sticks. The season from this year has a really sweet episode where he moves in with Leela's parents because, again, nobody likes him. And they actually love him so much that they legally adopt him. So, from this point on, in the canon of Futurama, Loverboy Zoidberg...
She a squid? She got squid arms?
Adopt him. So, from this point on, in the...
She got squid arms? I know they had one eye and all that, but she had squid arms? Why she ain't got squid arms then?
The canon of Futurama, Loverboy Zoidberg and Leela are actually siblings. You see what happens to your favorite cartoons when you're not looking? These characters all related and shit.
I guess only a sibling can appreciate how annoying your parents are. And I'm happy to have that now.
Me too, sis. But seriously, they're awful. I need to move out.
That's just fucked up.
Ones that aren't too terrible are.
Alright, chill out.
Keeping a big bed with my wife.
Huh?
Anyone that's like, oh, he got back with Luann, it's not that sad. They definitely said that they were like cousins in one episode, and Milhouse is definitely an incest baby. You are barking up the wrong tree. For this, I wanted to talk about Mo Sizlak, Homer's close friend and bartender that's been in the show since season 1. Another definition of a walking L.
I got a hot date tonight. Odd date. Dinner with friends. Dinner alone. Watching TV alone. All right. I'm gonna sit at home and ogle the ladies in the Victoria's Secret catalog. Sears catalog.
In season 20's Eeny Teeny Maya Mo, Mo takes up online dating and matches with a beautiful woman, but when she pulls up, he finds out that she's a little person.
Oh, you're a little person. I'm sorry. I didn't mean that. What's a correct term?
Little person.
Whoa, look at me being polite.
Mo and Maya are very cute together. You see Mo light up more here than you do in any other episode of the show, including other ones where he goes on dates.
Would you look at me? I'm the happiest bartender in the world. Sorry, fellas.
Maya brings out a...
This is like...
real tender version of this character that we've never seen before. It's both surreal and really nice to see.
Y'all know that
reminds me of anything when I...
Y'all know Minnie and Stallion? Y'all go look up Minnie and Stallion for your own research. Talk about it 3 in the morning.
Look at the most beautiful thing in the world. Use.
Me's.
Initially, the story frames itself in a way to make you feel like it isn't necessarily about Mo being ashamed of Maya because she's a little person, and that it's more about Mo being ashamed of how intolerant his friends might be. He's not scared that he'll be seen outside with her, he could care less about that. He just doesn't want his homeboys to do some ignorant shit.
Oh, that's why.
Yep, that's what we do.
But as it goes on, it kind of seems like the story morphs into being about him hiding her from everyone, which is a slippery slope. I probably would have cut this line here.
When your mailman waved to us, you made me hide under that traffic cone.
But I think what the story is going for is that Mo, in trying to protect Maya from everyone else's ignorance, has to realize that everyone else is fine, and it's him that has the unchecked ignorance. That's the main conflict. And just when you think he's figured it out, he gets a little too comfortable. Mo tries to propose to Maya and makes one too many short jokes, and a teeny weeny mistake turns into a big misunderstanding. You see how I did that, Mo? Tasteful. Not really. I'm gonna edit this part out.
I screwed this up pretty bad, and I'm sorry. How long do you people remember things?
Get out.
Mo, devastated and wanting Maya back, actually goes to the doctor to see about cutting his legs short in order to be Maya's height, but she explains to him that this isn't even the actual issue. Matter of fact, the fact that he thinks that this is the issue is indicative of the actual problem.
I don't want someone who sees me as short. I want someone who just sees me as beautiful.
The episode ends with the two characters not being together, which definitely sucks, but it's a little better than just leaving them together and acting like Maya never existed. And this ending results in this really fucking sweet moment between Homer and Mo.
You went from sitting on the sidelines to getting in the game. Sometime when you least expect it, you realize that someone loved you. And that means someone can love you again.
Right.
That'll make you smile.
Man, W Homer. W Homer with that speech. W Homer, that's a W speech, and they be trying to play that man like he dumb or something. Like, man, my dog Homer, man, he could really be out here preaching. Like, come on.
There are actively people who will try to convince you that this cartoon hasn't been good for 30 years. Whatever, man. I hate how y'all watch cartoons. After this, Maya was just a distant memory for people who actually brought that fucking god-awful season 20 anniversary DVD where you can't even take the DVDs out the damn sleeves. Oh boy, Matt Groening drawing his characters off model. Can't get that on YouTube for free. Who needs audio commentary?
Really wish I had gotten your address.
You were literally at her house at least twice in that first episode. Do you not remember that? It's just, you flash back to it right before you said this line. It's kind of wild, despite what the title implies, that Mo and Maya stuff is like the super B story. So much time is dedicated to this decent enough story about the Simpsons finding out that their block thinks that they're shitty neighbors and fixing that to the point that where they're loved too much. There's some funny stuff in it, but I'd be lying if I said that the Mo stuff wasn't significantly more interesting.
Will you be godfather to my baby?
Let me see it. Ugh, pass.
Basically, Mo and Maya get back together. They move
That's fucked up, home. I just fucked up. The baby can't look that bad.
in with each other, and we focus on Mo, really paranoid that he'll get heartbroken again.
You're the only guy here who knows how to hold on to a woman. What is your secret? How do you keep Midge?
Well, it helps if you get them pregnant.
That's true.
But ultimately, it actually ends with him proposing to her, and she says yes. And just last week in season 37, Maya appears at the end of the episode when all of the men are greeted by their wives, implying that they actually did get married and are still together today. The Simpsons is an extremely annoying show to talk about.
Well, then he ain't a loser no more then. He got him so long. Hold on, knock him off the list. Take him off the list. He is not an L no more.
Online because it just feels like everybody just has this burning need inside of them to either tell you when they stopped watching or that they need to let Julie Kavanaugh retire, like they got a fucking gun pointed at her or something. But I remember when season 20 came out, I remember not liking it that much as a kid. But that first Maya episode is so sweet on a rewatch. If you approach it with an open mind and go back to some episodes that you may have written off based on when they came out, I don't know, you might have a good time. I highly recommend going back. They're not all heaters, obviously, but there's some real gems. That season 33 episode's pretty good too, but it's not really a part of my point because I knew it already.
That's true.
Who'd have thought such a little woman could make me feel so big?
Aww. That's cute.
But I know what you're probably thinking. How does all of this stuff come back to Teddy? After all, he is the main character.
Well, we could mock him after this. I mean, he got him a little girl. I mean, I guess. I mean, he still got some
character in the thumbnail, unless I have to change it to appease the algorithm. This is a nasty job. No way an adult with a college degree got paid to make this. Bob's Burgers is a cartoon about a family that runs a burger spot, and Teddy is the pathetic, divorced, and socially awkward family friend that shows up every day at lunch for a burger and kinda never leaves. In season 5, we learn that he has a crush on this very rich widow named Helen, who I think is pretty. I don't know, I want to say she got ass, but they all just kind of look like stringy noodle Muppet people.
Ellen, me sleep in your room? On the floor though, right? Not on the floor? In the bed with you. Okay. Spooning. Sure. You want to be the big spoon? You want me to be the big spoon. Wow, I hadn't thought of that.
Teddy's one-sided romance with Helen was as typical as you can get for this type of cartoon character. Teddy goes out of his way to be nice to Helen and to cater to what she needs, not only because he's a nice guy, but in an effort to show affection that it is very clear that she will not reciprocate. We first hear about Helen in a season 5 episode called House Trap. It's low-key one of my favorite episodes of the cartoon and pretty much confirms that Helen Def killed her husband, like no question. But it also establishes that Teddy definitely likes her and the Belchers know.
Does she drop things in front of you so you both have to bend down and pick them up?
Sometimes we have tea on the deck and just talk for what feels like minutes.
I honestly feel like any other cartoon would have dragged this stuff with Helen out, but they kind of give up almost immediately. Her second appearance is literally her last. Helen is a bit more, I don't know if mean is the right word, more impatient this time around. She clearly doesn't give a fuck about Teddy. Not that she did before, but it's like super overt this time. But Teddy also...
Well, some women will just show you they don't want to be with you sometimes. It be like that. Some women just, they be like that. Some women, they just like somebody else and you just not that type of guy. You just got to boss up and be the better person, be a better you every single day. You can never let nobody, no female, no nigga, no nobody on this earth besides the men of the blood who could judge you when you passed away. The only person to judge you, bro. Only Jesus could judge you, man. It's the only person. Only nobody nobody in this world, this life that we living in, judge you, bro. Only the man above could judge you.
Meets Kathleen, a woman from Ireland in this episode, and the two naturally hit it off without even really thinking about it.
I'm Kathleen, by the way.
Me too, yeah. No, you're Kathleen. I'm Teddy.
Linda and Tina kind of get into a shipping war over if Teddy should be with Helen or Kathleen. They spent a whole episode talking to both women to kind of gauge which one would actually consider going out with them.
You know who's never had an STD? Teddy, pretty sure.
Not really listening, but
he was in the Navy, but...
I always really liked how this episode was written. It gives a lot of really distinct clues that Kathleen is obviously the better person for Teddy to be around. Both her and Helen both have lost their husbands, and while Helen definitely killed hers for the bag, Kathleen's view on her husband getting hit by a train is pretty much night and day.
Oh, I'm so sorry. That's terrible.
Oh, did you sue the city for millions?
You Americans. Suing for millions isn't going to bring him back. Plus, he loved trains.
When Teddy's life is in danger, hanging on for dear life from an elevator while trying to get an old antique for Helen that her husband used to own before she killed him, Helen is significantly more concerned about that than his well-being. Whereas Kathleen is just as concerned as the people who've spent every day with him for 9 seasons up until this point.
If the elevator keeps going up, my Netscape could fall off and break.
But if the elevator doesn't go up, then Teddy will fall?
But there's a chance he might not fall, and that's just a risk we'll have to take.
The episode definitely ends with the door closing on Teddy and Helen, but not on him and Kathleen. Since then, it honestly seems like she's referenced or shown every other season, each time showing a little progression in her and Teddy's relationship. And through this, we start to see a change in how they write Teddy. Teddy's still a weird guy. He's still a funny guy that doesn't quite stop getting beat up by the world around him like the rest of the characters in this video. They never all.
No, I feel like they gave Teddy like the uncle treatment. Like, you know how you got that one uncle? Like he still live with his people and stuff like that. And nothing wrong with doing that. But he not ready for the world yet. But the world is ready for him though. Like stuff like that.
To make him happy with Kathleen. Instead, stories revolve around this man who overthinks everything, trying to make sure that he can hold on to what may be the best thing that ever happened to him, and what happens when he gets in his own head. And the best thing about it is that it always works out. Kathleen invites Teddy out to the movies in season 11, and him and the Belchers theorize how he can bring food into the theater since it didn't go well when he tried to do it on his own.
Sir, you aren't allowed to bring outside food into the theater.
Sorry.
Nigga soft. In Comet E of errors,
Wait, who is that?
I gotta say it like that, otherwise it doesn't read as a pun. Teddy asks the Belchers if they want to join him to watch a comet, only because he was gonna ask Kathleen, but she was visiting her aunt. However you say it, let me know in the comments, and I will pretend like I really care and that this isn't just engagement farming. But the next time we see her physically is actually about 10-11 episodes later. In The Show and Tell Must Go On, Teddy is getting ready to watch a hurling game with Kathleen.
She likes watching people vomit?
Hurling is a sport, Gene.
Sports? I'd rather watch people vomit.
Showing some really strong continuity too, since she actually brings the sport up in her first appearance back in season 9.
What sport are you watching here? What is this, grass hockey or something? People polo?
People polo? No, it's hurling.
Teddy doesn't quite get hurling, which, like, I don't think I do either. And he's really hung up on them needing to enjoy the same stuff, so he gets in his head about it. But Kathleen lets him down in a very casual Bob's Burgers way.
Teddy, I think it's fine we have different interests. I like learning what different stuff you like. And I already know about what stuff I like. I don't even like some of the stuff I like.
And most recently in season 15, Teddy stresses over picking up Kathleen from her colonoscopy, really focusing on trying to make sure that everything's perfect for her so that she's like comfortable when she sits in his car. Pretend like I played a clip from the episode here. So if I wrote this video in the way that I hope that I did, you probably understand why I paired all of these characters together and what the point is that I'm trying to make about the growth and evolution of the adult animated sitcom. If you don't tell me, I'm about to explain it. With the exception of like Mo, these characters are all men that you'd probably want as friends. They're slightly annoying, a bit needy, dumb, and I think there's jokes about literally all of them canonically smelling like shit. But they're sweet, they're loyal, they'll do anything for their friends and consider them family. These are good men when you actually break these characters down, but the average fan...
But do we all have a loser friend in our group, though?
And just thinks about how funny it is that they don't get pussy. Stuff like this, all this depth and
hold on, man. Heck no. My dog got some right here. And oh dude, the bartender who from the Simpsons, he got some. So hold on. And Bill. I don't know about Teddy. I don't know if Teddy got some, but it is what it is. That's on Teddy.
The growth is almost exclusively for hardcore fans, the people who watch these shows and care about these characters. It's rewarding to see a character that means something to you, that never wins, actually get a couple small victories every once in a while. Bob's Burgers is the newest out of all of these shows, which is a very funny thing to say about a show in its 16th season. But because of being newer and not being the first show that the creator show ran, I think it took the time to really look at the landscape of adult animated sitcoms and really see how it could evolve the genre. Teddy is helpless like Mo, he's a little overbearing like Loverboy Zoidberg, and he's divorced like Bill. And while the show definitely uses all of that for laughs, I think that they realize that treating your secondary cast members like real people is just as important as treating your main characters like real people. And it's just as possible to keep what truly makes a character fully themselves, while also evolving the kind of jokes that you tell with them. All of these shows are currently running right now, which is kind of cool, and in all honesty is also kind of bleak. And I think of all of them, except maybe like King of the Hill, have taken very small steps in that Bob's Burgers direction, with Mo marrying Maya or Loverboy Zoidberg getting a new family. That is quote shifts that actually allow these characters to be happy, because these
Anyways, y'all, hope y'all enjoyed the video. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe, follow on social media, pop on the screen. We're on the road to 500. If y'all want more of this, let me know, bro. Let me know for real, son. We can come back and watch all this type of stuff. Things in that good nature. 500. Love y'all.